Every single year, 1.9 million people apply for Social Security disability benefits. Only 479,000 of them get approved. That is already a devastating gap. But here's the part that keeps me up at night. Of the people who do get approved, 144,000 of them lose their benefits every single year. Not because they stopped being disabled, not because the system worked the way it should, but because they made avoidable mistakes that nobody warned them about. Today, I'm going to make sure you are not one of them. These are the 6 things Social Security disability recipients should never do. And number 6 is the one most people never see coming. Stay with me. Mistake number 1, drifting away from your medical routine. The moment most people get approved for SSDI, they exhale. And I completely understand that. Getting approved is hard. It takes time, it takes energy, and it takes a toll. But what happens next is where a lot of people quietly start losing ground. They stop showing up consistently for their medical appointments. They tell themselves they will reschedule. They feel like the battle is over, and without realizing it, they begin drifting away from the very medical routine that proved their disability in the first place. Here is why that is dangerous. The SSA does not approve you and forget about you. They schedule continuing disability reviews, CDRs, to check whether you still qualify. And when they pull your file and see gaps in your medical treatment, inconsistent appointments, or months of no documented care, that is a red flag that can trigger a full review and put your benefits at risk. Your medical records are your protection. Every appointment, every documented limitation, every treatment note is evidence that your disability is ongoing and real. Do not let that evidence go cold. Mistake number 2, going to the doctor without documenting your limitations. This is the mistake that causes more denials and more benefit losses than almost anything else, and almost nobody talks about it clearly enough. Most people go to their doctor, describe how they are feeling in general terms, nod when the doctor speaks, and leave. And what ends up in the medical record is vague. Phrases like patient reports pain or condition stable tell the SSA almost nothing about your actual functional limitations. Here's what the SSA is actually looking for. They want to know specifically what you cannot do. Not that you are in pain, not that your condition is difficult. They want measurable, quantifiable limitations documented in your medical record. That means when you go to your doctor, you need to make sure your record reflects things like, I can only lift 7 pounds. I can only stand for 10 minutes before the pain becomes unbearable. I can only walk 25 feet without stopping. I am sleeping fewer than 4 hours a night because of my condition. I cannot sit for more than 15 minutes at a time. Those specific numbers are what SSA reviewers and judges look for when they evaluate whether you can perform any kind of work. Vague records lose cases. Specific documented limitations win them and protect your approval when you are reviewed. Before your next appointment, write down your limitations in measurable terms and make sure your doctor documents them exactly that way. Do not assume your doctor knows what SSA needs to see. Most of the time, they do not. Mistake number 3, ignoring the rules around work activity. Let me be very clear about something. Working while on SSDI is not automatically a problem. The SSA actually has a program designed to allow recipients to test their ability to work without immediately losing their benefits. It is called the trial work period. But the moment you exceed the allowed earning thresholds without understanding the rules, you have opened a door that is very hard to close. In 2026, the substantial gainful activity limit, what the SSA calls SGA, is $1,620 per month for non-blind recipients. If you earn more than that consistently, the SSA can determine you are no longer disabled under their rules and terminate your benefits. The problem is not people who are intentionally working too much. The problem is people who do not know where the line is. They pick up extra hours during a good month. Their gig work adds up more than expected. A part-time job gets extended. And by the time they realize they have crossed the threshold, the SSA's data matching system has already flagged the discrepancy. Drop a yes in the comments right now if you are currently doing any kind of work activity while on SSDI. I want to know how many of you are navigating this because the rules around it are more forgiving than most people think, as long as you understand them and stay inside them. Mistake number 4, assuming your benefits are safe. This one is the mindset mistake, and it is quietly the most dangerous one on this list. A lot of people get approved, set up their direct deposit, and mentally move on. They assume that as long as nothing changes on their end, their benefits are safe, that the SSA will just keep sending the check and everything is fine. That assumption is wrong, and it has cost thousands of people their benefits. The SSA runs automated data matching against IRS records, state wage databases, and other federal benefit programs on a continuous basis. If something in one of those databases does not match what they have on file for you, an old employer who filed an incorrect wage report, a change in household income, an address mismatch, your account can be flagged for review without any warning. Add to that the fact that the SSA is now conducting CDRs more aggressively than in previous years, and the idea that your benefits are passively safe becomes a very expensive assumption. Your benefits are not safe by default. They are safe because you actively protect them. That means keeping your contact information updated at ssa.gov. It means checking your earnings record for errors. It means opening every piece of mail from the SSA immediately and responding to every deadline. The moment you go passive is the moment you become vulnerable. Mistake number 5, leaving money on the table. Most SSDI recipients are getting less than they are entitled to, not because the SSA took something from them, but because they never looked closely enough at what was available. Here's what I mean. When you are approved for SSDI, you automatically become eligible for Medicare, typically after a 24-month waiting period. But Medicare is not one size fits all. There are plans, supplements, and additional benefit programs attached to Medicare that most recipients never explore. Some Medicare Advantage plans available to disability recipients include monthly debit cards worth up to $200 that can be used for groceries, utilities, and fuel. Many recipients are paying Medicare Part B premiums they do not have to pay because their income qualifies them for programs that cover that cost entirely. Beyond Medicare, there are state-level programs, utility assistance programs, and food benefit programs that SSDI recipients qualify for and never claim. The money is there, the eligibility is there, the only thing missing is the awareness. Make it a habit to review your full benefits picture at least once a year, not just your SSDI check, the entire ecosystem of programs you may be entitled to access. Because what you do not know about is costing you every single month. Mistake number 6, going dark on rule changes. This is the one most people never see coming, and it is the one that connects every other mistake on this list. The rules around SSDI, SSI, Medicaid, and Medicare are not static. They change every year, sometimes mid-year. New income thresholds, new CDR procedures, new data matching systems, new work activity rules, new Medicaid requirements that affect your linked coverage. The SSA is not going to send you a personalized explanation of every change that affects your specific situation. They post policy updates in dense government language that most people cannot parse, and most people never see at all. The recipients who protect their benefits long-term are the ones who stay informed. They know when the SGA threshold changes. They know when CDR triggers are updated. They know when a new Medicaid work requirement is being rolled out in their state. They know before the letter arrives, because by the time the letter arrives, the deadline is already running. This channel exists for exactly that reason. Every rule change that affects your SSDI, SSI, Medicaid, or Medicare. We find it, we translate it into plain language, and we get it to you before it affects your check. Let me bring it back to where we started. 1.9 million people apply for disability benefits every year. Only 479,000 get approved, and 144,000 people who were approved lose their benefits every single year. Those numbers are not inevitable. They are the result of avoidable mistakes, mistakes that nobody warned those people about in time. You now know what those mistakes are, and you know what to do about each one. And so, I want to hear from you in the comments. Which one of these 6 mistakes have you seen happen either to yourself or someone you know? Drop it below. Because every story shared here is a warning that helps the next person protect their benefits before it is too late. If this video helped you, hit subscribe and turn on the bell. The next update that affects your check is coming. make sure you hear about it here first. Your benefits are not a handout. You earn them. And as long as this channel exists, I'm going to make sure you know exactly how to keep them. I will see you in the next one.